Okay guys, this is me painting a Skaven assassin. Really all that I've done is just put basic coats on everything. I put a red hood on him, and the rest of his clothes are all black. Gloves are black. I've just put bolt gunmetal for the weapon so far, and just basically did a basic flesh on him. I'm going to go through now and pick out some of the details, give them a couple of washes, and go from there. Okay, I'm just going to pick out his teeth. I'm going to use some bleach bone for that, just so that they stand out nice, but it's not an obvious bright white. So I don't think that Skaven would be very good at having some bright white teeth. Remember, when you're painting Skaven, their big fangs, always leave a stripe in between the two. Makes them look a lot better. My sticky tack is getting old. Models aren't wanting to stick as good to it. And just make sure to barely touch the teeth. Just really so that people can see that they're there. Keep it nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to give him a basic wash of this Graphone Sepia. And this will help bring out some of the highlights, add some good shadows to them. Especially on the flesh colors. Hit this red mask. I'm just hitting his feet and his tail here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'll probably come back and just barely touch up some of the like the very top and tip of his nose, the tip of his ears, and such. But as you can see, the feet, the wash really gives it some nice detail. It soaks into the in between them, really makes them stand out. Okay. And I want to give his cape just a wash of black, just really watered down black, just because I put some highlights on it, just barely enough to make them stand out. But this black wash will just sort of help tie them in together. Oops, accidentally hit his. Mask there. And really, when that happens, I just did it with a lot of water and then a dry brush, and that'll help soak up any little accidents you might have with putting washes on, and if they go where you don't want them to. And this fur I'm gonna hit with this too, because I just put a base coat of a dark brown on them, and I didn't want them to be black furred. But I also want them a little darker than a normal Skaven. And I'm just washing over his clothes here and the gloves. I'm at it, I'm going to hit his weapons too with this. And with the weapons, I'm going to come back and highlight those just on the edges. Just a tiny touch of mithril silver. It does a good job of adding a nice edge to things. There's little ninja stars in there. Never actually played an assassin in my Skaven army, so I'm kind of curious how he's gonna work out for me. Okay, and he looks pretty good from there. Oops. Hit the other side of these weapons over here, his other claws, just to take down some of the metal look. Okay, it looks pretty good. Just gonna pick out like his the claws on his feet. Again, I'm just gonna use a little bit of bleached bone to pick these out. Really just barely touching them, just enough to put a little mark there so that you can see them. Okay, that guy looks pretty good. And I want to throw a little green on here. Just to show that his weapons, he coated them with a little bit of warp stone. I'm not going crazy with the green, just sort of enough to show that it's there. There's poisoned attacks. Okay, that looks pretty good. And while that's still just a touch wet, I'm going to hit it with the mithril silver. Hopefully blend some of that together. And also give them a bit of an edge with these. And this is just really, really subtle, just hitting the very edges of these claws. Just going in a little bit of watered down black and silver, just to sort of blend that green in just a little so it's not screaming out. Okay, this guy actually looks pretty good so far. I am gonna put just a touch of red in for his eyes. but that's something I'm gonna have to be holding him inches away, so not really gonna be able to get that part on camera. Almost forgot about his little eye patch over here. Hit that up with some bolt gun. Go ahead and put a wash of black over that, just to dull it down, and then put some of the detail back into the little screen of it. Okay, I think this guy's just about done. Just gonna highlight just a touch more on the very tips of his nose and upper lip, and the very tips of his ear there. Okay, I think that he is about done. I'm just going to base him now with some underground rubble type. Usually just use some gravel for that. And you know, if you want to see him, if you want to see more of this guy, or if you want to see some of my other models, please visit us at spottingtrollpainting.com. Thanks for watching.